Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Ryan with Iowa Classic Cars, and today we're going to see if we can get this 1962 Impala with a 235 inline 6 running again after sitting for over 25 years. I'm going to replace all these main components today because they're full of mud. The plugs have visible copper showing. I should say the plug wires have visible copper showing. The plugs themselves have cracks in the porcelain, and the wiring is not very good. So we're going to replace all this today and see if she'll run. I love working on these 6 cylinders because everything is so accessible. So the first thing we're going to do is replace the spark plugs. You know, is this probably the proper thing to do first? No, yes, I mean, who knows? As you can see, they are extremely caked. They don't look bad, it just looks like they are well due for a change. Got these AC Delco. I believe these are double copper. And because I'm not good with timing, once I get this tightened down, I'm going to put the spark plug wire back on just so I know which cylinder it goes to. Let's do that for all 6 of them. And we replace the wires. Alright, next step is to replace spark plug wires. And because I'm not good with timing, like I've explained this in other videos, I just do one at a time. They don't need to be pushed on there because I'm going to replace the cap here in a second, but might as well know where they go. You want to seat the plugs or the wires on the plugs all the way. Obviously, I'm not trying to teach you guys how to reinvent the wheel here, but for any younger viewers that may not know how to do this, there's only one way to learn, and that is by doing. So if you haven't done it before, give it a shot. It's not too bad, really. All right, so now we know the timing order. Let's now pull that cap off, move everything back to the new one, and replace all the internals. Okay, so these 6 cylinders just have 2 little snaps on the distributor itself. Let me show you guys that. So as you can see, this will just push on there, so they just pop right off. Well, I shouldn't say they pop right off. They do have a little bit of pressure on them. Once that's taken off of there, cap comes right off. Next thing here is the rotor button. These just pull right off and then they're up right back in. Just make sure you put it on the same way it came off. You've also got a little keyway right here, so it's kind of hard to mess that up, but that one's pretty simple. Now, in my last video, everyone said, "Oh God, Ryan, why are you taking the points all the way out? Why are you taking the screws all the way out?" Well, on 6 cylinder points, there's actually 2 screws right in the middle, and these have to come all the way out in order to change them. However, on these, they're a lot easier to change, a lot more room, a lot more accessibility. So I'm gonna take those 2 screws out, take the 1 single screw out of the condenser there, replace both of those, and then we should have fire. Well, I misspoke, everyone. So this screw on the right side actually takes the points out. This is an 11/32 nut right here. Take that loose. Then the condenser and the points will come out. This right here is how you set the gap. And you know what? In the past video on my 68, I said you don't need to gap points. They come preset. I soon found out that is not the case. But as you see here, if you turn the screw, it moves the points closer or away. So I am going to gap these. I need to run back home and grab my micrometer, or whatever you guys want to call it. Get these gapped, then get this set screw right here, get that locked down and tight in place, put the cap back on, and then everything in here is done. So new condenser, I use the old mount because the new mount of course is junk. New points, new rotor. I'm going to set the motor on the top point here on the cam. There's actually like 6 high points on this cam that runs this distributor. So you get that set, you set your timing, or I'm sorry, you set your gap, and then you put everything back together. So I'm gonna run home, grab that little meter I've got, and get these things set and wrap this thing up. Another very smart thing to do, regardless if the car needs it or not, is replace the hot and the negative battery cables. I mean, this is a brand new one. It's all nice, brand new, no broken wires. I mean, look at this thing. Yeah, sure, would it work? Probably, but I'm not gonna burn a car down because of, you know, I didn't want to pay an extra $6 for a battery cable. So always replace your battery cables. This one doesn't look that bad. I mean, the insulation, you know, like this fabric insulation is torn off. The cable itself is okay, but I'm gonna replace this. There's no reason to have a potential fire. I've already got the cables, I've ordered them, might as well just replace it. All right, so an update for everyone. Had to take off the wires off the starter because there was nothing left there. Cut them up here. I'm gonna run a temporary thing to kind of get the car to start and to run. But I saw Mortski has one of these loser switches when you don't have any friends to help you turn the motor over. And I put it on the solenoid post of the starter. Got a new battery cable. I'm going to hook up the other side of this loser switch to the positive on the battery. We got a hot signal, so let's see what happens. Obviously, it's not going to start. I've got no wire to the positive side of the coil, but hey, that's a pretty good sign. She cranks and she cranks real nice. So let's go get some gas, a new wire for the coil, and then we will see if we can get this thing running and driving in this open field. Alrighty, everyone. So we have a switch. Where is the switch? Oh, right here. This will feed from the positive on the battery down to the solenoid. This will actually start the vehicle. Then I've got a switch here on a toggle on the positive side of the battery to the positive of the coil in order to keep the car running once it starts. So I've cut all the wires off of the starter itself because they were just so corroded and eaten up by mice. I don't want to have a fire. Just cut them off of there. This will work for temporary. We are going to run a hose off the fuel pump once we get it to run for a little bit. My neighbor Tom is going to help us out here. He's going to put a little gas in the carburetor. Going to run the throttle here for us and see if we got some fire. So let's get started. All right, Tom. Points are hot. Okay. Starter switch. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Well, she fired.
We don't have gas yet. Up to the pump, so.
I'm going to turn the points off again.
Okay.
This one will burn them out.
Another little shot in the venturi hole.
I do not have a bottle here yet hooked up. Once it runs a little longer, we'll hook the bottle up.
Trying to get it in.
You gotta have super steady hands, and I sure don't. So I'm glad Tom's here to help out today.
Okay, ready?
When you are.
Let's try it.
All right.
I didn't fill it up, but I was hoping it would pick up after.
Points are back on. Here we go.
Ready?
Yep.
It wants to.
Okay, she's hot.
Go. Again.
Well, that ran a little longer. Guys, it's so loud, we've got no exhaust here, and the oil on a 6-cylinder, it's actually an external filter, and one of the lines was broken off, so it's pumping oil out, so we had to just plug that off for a temporary fix. But yeah, here's the exhaust right here, and there is nothing there. That's why it's so loud. But she does run. Tom, what do you think of the old girl?
I love it.
Simple to work on, simple to fix.
Yes, they are.
She doesn't want to be sucked. She doesn't want to suck fuel out of the
Nope.
out of the tank or out of the fuel system. You need a hammer?
No, I'm just if the fuel, the float level is in there, it might be stuck. Once all you got to tap on it. Fuel pump might not be any good either. They're pretty.
No, she's not pulling fuel out of the tank.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right. I wonder if it'll just idle. That would be a. Well, I'm gonna call that a success.
It's running, but
She's running, everyone, but something's not happening in this motor. I think that's probably the reason why it was parked so long ago. Wouldn't you say, Tom?
yeah,
Something's wrong with the motor. She's not happy, but hey, at least she runs. So everybody, she's running. The 1962 Junkyard second chance car is running. There's a reason why this car was left in the junkyard, and you guys heard it, the motor does not sound healthy. Even my neighbor Tom's like, man, something's not right in that motor. So probably the reason why it was junked. Regardless, the new owner of this car is going to Sweden. He's going to put a 283 automatic in it, going to cruise it around. The car has awesome patina, so this car will live on, just not with this motor. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like rating. Also, leave a comment with your favorite engine. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all my videos. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Ryan with Iowa Classic Cars, and I will catch you next time.